Hello crocheters, welcome back to Crazy Cool Crochet, and today we're working on a pillow cover, and I happen to call this one the Man Cave pillow cover because, as you can see, it's a nice darkish gray with the fringe, and then there's the back. No fringe on the back, just on the one side. Okay, it's got the opening here where we would stuff the pillow. We'll do that, of course, at the end. And for now, let me show you what our supplies and materials are going to be. You've got a size H crochet hook and measuring tape, little scissors, and a tapestry needle or yarn needle. And then the yarn that I happened to use for this pillow was a Red Heart Super Saver Jumbo, and it's a worsted weight number 4. And this is a 10-ounce skein. And you'll use less than one skein of the jumbo size. So it's a little bit less than 10 ounces. Okay, and this one happened to be called a Gray Heather. Now you can use any color, of course, any worsted weight, size 4. And because of the fringe, this is more of a decorative pillow. You won't necessarily be laying your head on it. So you can use pretty much any number 4 yarn that you prefer or that you like. Now we're going to start with a chain of 57. All right, I've only done 10. We need 57. I'm going to pause the video. And if you need to learn how to do the beginning stitches, the chain stitch, the foundation stitch, single crochet, half doubles, I'm going to leave a little box, a little white box at the top, and that'll take you to the beginner series where you can learn right from the start how to work all of this. And this is a really easy pattern for a beginner. As long as you know those couple of basic stitches, you're good to go. Okay? Okay, we've got our 57 chains. And this, I should have mentioned earlier, is for an 18 by 18 inch pillow. If you need something smaller, let's say 16 by 16, then you'll want to start with 51 chains, and that should be good. Of course, if you want it for a larger pillow, then increase it by about 6 more chains. Okay, now we are going to do 2 rows of single crochet. So we're going to start in the first chain from the hook, and then just single crochet in each chain until you get to the end. If you need a little refresher, insert the hook in the chain, pull the yarn through the chain, 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, bring the yarn through both loops, and that's a single. Insert, yarn over, pull through, 2 loops, yarn over, pull through both loops. Okay, we are at the end of that first row, and we're at the last chain. Going to insert our single crochet, and then chain 1, turn, and we will do another row of single crochet. So for the second row, we will start in that first single crochet, and then a single crochet in each all the way across. Now be mindful of where you're inserting the hook. You can see here we've got the chains that form at the top. And we insert the hook under the 2 strands that look like a V, That's how you work your single crochets across. And we are going to have 56 single crochet in total. Now it's a good idea to get in the habit of counting your stitches. So sometimes it's easier to just count the chains at the top again. Okay, so there's your first chain, so that would be your first count. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Or you can count the individual single crochets, but that's a little bit harder to see. Okay, so just make sure you're always working with 56 for this pattern. Okay, we're at the end of that second row. Insert your last single crochet in the last chain. There's the V, that's how you know it's the last one. Also, of course, you're counting. So this would be number 56. Now chain 2, turn. Now we're going to do half doubles all the way across. For the half double, you yarn over, insert the hook in that first space, yarn over, pull through. You've got 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. And that's a half double. Yarn over, insert in that next space, yarn over for 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 3, half double. Okay, so you're going to half double all the way across. And this time we're going to do 4 rows of half double crochet. And that is the pattern that you will be repeating. 2 rows of single crochet, 4 rows of half double, until you complete 18 inches in length. Here is a view of the back panel with no fringe, and of course the front panel is exactly the same except we add the fringe. Okay, we are now going to add the fringe. You can see here I've already added it to this panel. We're only doing 1 panel with fringe. Now the way you make the fringe is to use any object that will get you the length of yarn that you're looking for. So in this case, we want a little bit more than 4 inches in length, because the finished fringe, after you fold it over, is about 2 inches long. Okay, so I like to use, for this instance, a pack of gum. So you're just going to wind the yarn around the pack of gum as many times as necessary to get the correct number of fringe. And then you're going to cut it at the bottom, just like this. And there you have your lengths of yarn. Okay, now to attach it, we're going to take 2 lengths of yarn, and we will insert it into every other stitch on the panel, every other. Okay, so you're going to take the first one, just insert it into the stitch, fold the yarn 2 strands in half, insert the hook into the center, pull through the stitch, pull it up long enough so that you can get all 4 strands through the loop, and then you will gently tighten it, and that will create a little knot at the top, as you can see right there. And that will hold it in place. Let me try that again. 2 strands, fold it in half, skip 1 stitch, go to the next, insert the yarn under the stitch, insert the hook, I should say, insert the hook into the 4 strands of yarn, 2 strands, I'm sorry, pull through, pull up the loop, hold on to those strands at the end so you don't lose them, and then pull all 4 strands through the loop. And then gently tighten it. One more time. 2 strands of yarn folded in half, skip 1 stitch, insert the yarn in the next, insert the hook in the next, insert the hook into the 2 strands of yarn, pull through, and then pull all 4 strands through the loop, and then tighten it. Okay, so you will be entering the strands at every few rows. So for this I did row 7, 17, 27-ish, and then 41. So you can pretty much eyeball it too, to whatever looks good to you. But that's what I used for this. And then, when you're all done, we will attach the 2 panels. Okay, to attach the panels, you will place the 2 panels right sides together. And then, with your tapestry needle, thread it with the same yarn. And then insert under the chains at the side on both panels. I like to knot it so that it is secure. And then just do the same thing all the way across. And you will do this on 3 sides. Leave one side open to insert the pillow. Of course, flip it right side out when you're ready to insert the pillow. And then you will do the same thing to close it up on the opening end. And that's it. When you get to the end, tie it off and you will be done.